Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. For today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a beginner's tutorial on a drawstring bag. This is going to be an absolute beginner's tutorial, so I will show you how to do everything step by step. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now, that's out of the way, let's begin. So for this project, you're going to need yarn of your choice. I will be using category 4 yarn. You're also going to be needing a hook of your choice. I will be using a 5mm crochet hook and a darning needle. With that all out of the way, let's begin. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a magic ring. To make a magic ring, you're going to go ahead and grab the end of your yarn and your index finger and your middle finger. You're going to take the end of the yarn and you're going to wrap it around like so and bring it towards your index finger. Now you're going to use your thumb and hold that yarn down, like so. Now you're going to grab the longer end of yarn and you're going to wrap it around the opposite direction and make it loop over and cross on top, like so. So the longer end is on top. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and grab your hook. You're going to insert it into this section right over here, like so. You're going to grab this yarn and you're going to pull it through like that. Now you have this little loop on your hook. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain one, and to do that you're going to go ahead and grab your yarn like so, turn your hook over, and bring it through the loop. There you have your chain. And now you're just going to slowly remove this off of your fingers, and now you have this little loop. We will be working in this loop for our round number 1. Okay, so for round number 1 we're going to start off with 6 single crochets. So what you want to do is you want to insert your hook into this loop that we just made, so this one right over here. Insert your hook, grab yarn, pull up. You have 2 loops on your hook. Grab yarn and pull through both of them. There you have 1 single crochet. We're going to do that 5 more times. Insert your hook into the loop, grab yarn, pull up, grab some more yarn and pull through both of them. Now we have 4 more to go. Insert your hook, grab yarn, pull up. You have 2 loops on your hook, grab yarn and pull through 2. Now we have 3. Go ahead and do 3 more for a total of 6. So that's number 4, 5, and 6. Now we have 6 single crochets. Okay, and now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and grab this small strand of yarn that's a part of your loop, and you're going to want to gently pull on it. And when you pull on it, you should see the loop in the center tighten. Okay, and now that that's done, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and find the very first single crochet that you made. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see this a little better. Okay? So we're going to find the very first single crochet that we made. And an easy way to find that out is to just count from the last stitch that you made. So this little V right over here is the last stitch that we made. Not this loop that's around our hook, but this one right over here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This first V right over here, that's where we're going to insert our hook, like so. Grab yarn and we're going to slip stitch. So grab yarn, pull through that 1 stitch, and that same yarn that we just brought through, this one right over here, we're just going to pull it through the other one like so. Now we've slip stitched this loop together. Now we're going to start round number 2, and we're going to go ahead and do a chain 1, yarn over, and pull through. For round number 2, we're going to do a round of increases. So an increase is basically you're going to do 2 of these same stitches into 1 stitch. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and insert our hook into the same place where we stitched, or where we slip stitched, because that's our first single crochet of the round. And what we're going to do is we're going to insert our hook into that very first stitch and do another single crochet. So you grab yarn, pull through that stitch, and grab yarn, pull through 2. Okay, that's 1 single crochet stitch. Now we're going to insert our hook into the same exact place, like so, and do another single crochet. There we have our first increase. So we've done 2 single crochet stitches into 1 stitch. That's an increase. And we're going to be doing that all the way around, and at the end you should have a total of 12 stitches, because for round 1 we had 6, and then round 2 you're going to have 12. Okay, so insert your hook into the next stitch and do a single crochet, and into the same exact stitch, do another single crochet. Now we have a total of 4 stitches. Now move into the next single crochet space and do a single crochet, and into that same one, do another single crochet. Go ahead and continue that all the way around until you have a total of 12 stitches. And I'll go ahead and zoom out now. There we go. And I will meet you when I'm done with this round. I just finished round 2 with a round of increases. Now we're going to start off round 3. So first of all, we're going to go ahead and end this round by slip stitching into your first chain. Again, you can just count backwards. You should have a total of 12. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This right here is my first stitch. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch by inserting my hook into that stitch, grabbing yarn, pulling through, and pulling through. Now we're going to start round number 3. So go ahead and chain 1. And for this round, we're going to do a repeat pattern of 1 single crochet and 1 increase all the way around. So in the very first stitch where we just slip stitched, we're just going to do 1 single crochet. And in the next one, we're going to do an increase. So insert your hook into the next stitch, do a single crochet, and into that same exact one, do another single crochet. There you have your first set of repeats. Okay, so now we're going to repeat this one more time. In the next stitch, do a single crochet, and in the next stitch, do an increase. So there's 1, and in that same one, do another. So go ahead and repeat the pattern of 1 single crochet, 1 increase all the way around. At the end, you should have a total of 18 stitches. Okay, I just finished round number 3. I have a total of 18 stitches, and I just wanted to add, if you are new to crocheting, you might see that you have this extra stitch at the end. That is what I like to call a pretend stitch, because that's not a stitch that we're going to work into. You should count all the way around. You should have a total of 18, but if you have this extra stitch or this extra thing at the end that looks like a stitch, we're not going to be working into that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and finish off this round by slip stitching into your first stitch. Again, we have a total of 18, so just count backwards until you find your first stitch and slip stitch into it. Great, now we're starting your round number 4. Now we're going to go ahead and chain 1, and for round number 4, we're going to do another repeat. For this round, we're going to do 2 regular single crochets and an increase all the way around. So single crochet into the first stitch, and then do a single crochet in the next stitch, and then in the third stitch, do an increase. So there's 1 single crochet, and into that same one, another single crochet. I'll show that one more time. So in the next stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and in the second stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet. So we have 2 regular single crochets, and in the third one, we're going to do an increase. There's 1, and there's 2. Go ahead and repeat this pattern of 2 regular single crochets and an increase all the way around. You should have a total of 24 stitches, and I will go ahead and meet you when I'm done. Okay, I just finished round number 4. Now I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the very first stitch and chain 1, and now we're on round number 5. The repeat pattern for round number 5 is 3 single crochets and an increase all the way around. So go ahead and do 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then in the fourth, do an increase. Do 3 single crochets, 1, excuse me, 2, 3, and then an increase. Go ahead and repeat that all the way around until you get to the very end. You should have a total of 30 stitches, and I'll go ahead and meet you when I'm done. At the end of this round, you should have a total of 30 stitches. Go ahead and slip stitch into your first stitch and chain 1. And now for round number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For round number 6, we're going to do 4 single crochets and an increase all the way around. That's going to be our repeat pattern. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then in the fifth, do an increase. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase. Go ahead and repeat that all the way around. At the end, you should have a total of 36 stitches, and I will meet you when I'm done. Okay, so I just finished this round. I have a total of 36 stitches. Now we're going to go ahead and slip stitch into your first stitch and chain 1. And now we're done with the increase part of the pattern, and now we're just going to do continuous rounds of single crochet stitches. So for round number 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes, for round number 7, we're just going to go ahead and do a single crochet in each stitch all around. So you have 36 stitches in the last row that you just did, and then the next one you should have 36 as well. We're just doing one single crochet in each of these stitches. So just go ahead and do one single crochet around, and at the end you should have a total of 36 stitches. I will go ahead and meet you when I'm done with this round. Okay, I just finished this round. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into my first stitch. Again, you should have a total of 36 stitches, and we're going to go ahead and chain 1. And now for round number 8, we're going to go ahead and do another round of single crochets. So just single crochet in each stitch around until you get to the very end, and I will go ahead and meet you when I'm done. Again, you should have a total of 36 stitches still when you finish this round. I just finished round number 8, and I'm going to slip stitch into my first stitch and chain 1. Okay, and now we're basically just going to repeat the last round over and over again until you get the length of the mini bag that you want. I'm going to do about 10 more rounds of single crochets, keeping a stitch count of 36, and I will meet you when I'm done. Again, you can make the length of the bag however you'd like. Keep in mind we're going to leave about ½ inch for making the drawstring holes, which I will show you in a little bit. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and do 10 more rounds of single crochet stitches, and I will meet you when I'm done, and feel free to pause the video and meet me when you have your desired bag length. Okay, so I'm back with my little bag length. So I have a total of I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 rounds. Okay, and now we're going to start off our next round, whatever round you might be on, by making the little holes for the drawstring. Okay, so first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do one single crochet into the very first stitch. And then you're going to go ahead and chain 1, skip the next stitch right here, and then do a single crochet into the next stitch, like so. So you have this little hole right over here. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and chain 1 again, skip the next stitch, do a single crochet in the stitch right after. Okay, chain 1, skip the next stitch, do a single crochet in the chain right after, chain 1, and basically repeat that over and over again. So go ahead and chain 1, skip a stitch, do a single crochet in the next, and repeat all the way around until you get to the very end, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so I am here at the end of this round, and I just finished off with a single crochet. Now I'm going to go ahead and chain 1 and slip stitch into my very first stitch that I made, like so. And now I'm going to go ahead and chain 1, and we're going to start the next round. So go ahead and single crochet in the same place where we slip stitched, and now find the single crochet or the chain 1 that we made, little loop that we have. So in the last round we did single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. We just did a single crochet in a single crochet. The next stitch that we have is a chain space. So go ahead and insert your hook into that chain loop and do a single crochet like so. The next stitch should be a single crochet, and do a single crochet in that one. And then next we have this chain space, do a single crochet in that loop. Next one, do a single crochet in the previous stitch, and then a single crochet in the loop, single crochet in the previous stitch, single crochet in the chain 1 loop, and basically repeat the pattern all the way around until you get to the very end, and I will meet you when I'm done. Now as you can see, you can sort of see the little loops being formed. Continue this all the way around and I will meet you when I'm done. Okay, so I'm almost done. I have this last chain space left. Go ahead and do a single crochet in that last space and slip stitch into your very first stitch and chain 1. Now you can stop here, and I will show you how to make these drawstring in just a little bit. You can stop here if that's all you want out of your bag, but if you want to make the little bumps on top, I will show you how to do that right now. Okay, so for the last round, we're going to go ahead and do a repeat pattern. So what we're going to do is in the very same place where we slip stitched, we're going to do a single crochet. And in the next space, we're going to do a double crochet. So for a double crochet, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the next space, grab yarn, pull up. You have 3 loops on your hook. Grab yarn, pull through 2, and then grab yarn, pull through the last 2. That's how you do a double crochet. We're going to do another double crochet into the next stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, grab yarn, pull up. You have 3 loops on your hook, grab yarn, pull through 2, and grab yarn, pull through 2. Okay, so now we have a single crochet and then 2 double crochets. So a single, double, double, and in the 4th stitch, we're going to go ahead and do another single crochet. And that's basically going to be our repeat pattern for the rest of the round. So for the next stitch, we're going to do another single crochet. Then in the next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet. As you can see, the little bumps are forming. We're going to continue repeating that pattern. So in the next stitch, do a single crochet. In the next stitch, do a double crochet. In the next stitch, do a double crochet. And in the next stitch, do a single crochet. Go ahead and repeat that pattern all the way around, and I will meet you when I'm done. Okay, I have one more bump to make. So do a single crochet, a double crochet, a double crochet, and in the last stitch, a single crochet. Okay, we are done with this last round. Now we're going to go ahead and just slip stitch into one of the bottom stitches. So in the very first single crochet that we made, we're just going to go ahead and slip stitch into there, like so. And then I'm going to do a chain 1, and we're going to go ahead and grab our scissors, which I don't have with me. I will get them right now. Okay, so I've gotten my scissors. So we've just chained 1. And now we're going to go ahead and cut a little strand of yarn, I'd say about 6 inches. And then we're going to go ahead and pull through, like so. And there we have the little bag portion, and I will show you how to do the drawstring in just a little bit. But before we get to that part, we're going to go ahead and sew in the loose ends that we have. We have one in the middle from the magic ring that we made, and then we have this one, the one that we just cut. So what you're going to want to do is grab your darning needle or your sewing needle, whatever you'd like to call it, and you're just going to go ahead and bring the yarn through the needle, like so. And you're just going to go ahead and weave this in, just so your project stays secure. You can weave it in however you'd like. If you're a beginner, you can just go back and forth through the upper layer of, or the last round that we've just made, like I'm doing right now. If you're a little bit more advanced, then you can sew however you'd like. You can go through the inner stitches, only going through the top layer, whatever you feel comfortable doing. So go ahead and weave it in, and then knot it in place, like so. And then once that's done, just go ahead and snip off the excess yarn. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just turn this inside out to get to the center yarn that we have. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and go through these stitches on the inside, like so. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and knot it in place. Okay, and then once it's knotted, go ahead and snip off the excess yarn, flip it back to the regular position, And now we're going to make the drawstring part of the bag. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a slip knot. And to do a slip knot, we're going to grab the end of our yarn, our index and our middle finger, bring this yarn to the front of our two fingers and grab it down with our thumb. Grab the longer strand of yarn, bring it around, and make sure it crosses over at the top. Grab your hook, bring it through the top think of yarn, and grab the yarn in the back, bring it up like so. And now what you want to do is you want to hold this strand of yarn with your thumb, and then this strand of yarn as well, this little one, and you're just going to pull on it like so. Now you have this little knot on your hook. You're just going to go ahead and pull it so it tightens up. Make sure that it's loose enough to like go up and down your hook. And now we're basically just going to do a very long chain. Again, to chain, we're just going to go ahead and yarn over and pull it through. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Just continue doing a chain until you get your desired drawstring length. Keep in mind that we will be weaving it in through the little holes that we've just made. So go ahead and make your desired chain length, and I will meet you when I'm done. Okay, so I've just made my long chain length, and now what we're going to do is we are just going to go ahead and chain one, and we're going to go ahead and snip off a long-ish strand of yarn, I'd say about 6 inches, and pull that through like so, and then tighten it off. And now we have this long strand of yarn. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and weave these in through these loops that we made. And I personally find it easier using a darning needle. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach one of the ends to our needle, like so. Oops, I broke the yarn. Let's try the other side. There we go, much better. Okay, so I've attached my chain length to my darning needle, and what you want to do is you want to go ahead and find whatever loop you want to begin with. Let me zoom in really quick. Let's start off with this loop because it shows up the best on camera. And I'm going to go ahead and bring my darning needle from the outside of the bag, and I'm just going to go ahead and push it through, like so. And we're going to bring that through. I'm going to leave this little bit out, so about 2 inches, I'm going to leave it out. And now we can either skip the next loop and go into the next one, or we can just weave it in through each and every one. I like skipping method because I just think it personally looks better. So I'm going to skip the next loop that we have, and I'm going to go into the next one, like so. I'm going to go ahead and bring it through, like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and skip the next loop that we have, and I'm going to go into the next one, like so. Skip the next loop that we have, go into the one right after. Skip the next one, go into the one right after. Skip, go into the one right after. And just repeat that over and over again. Okay, skip, go over here. Okay, and now this is the very first one that we went through, and we only have one left. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through that one, like so. And you can just go ahead and pull on your strings to even them out. And as for the long strands of yarn that we have right here, I've just taken off my needle, by the way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and even them out and then snip off the excess. Make sure that you don't snip it off all the way or else it's going to come undone. Make sure to leave a little bit at the end. And you can either leave it like that or you can go ahead and grab a comb and comb it out to get a little puffy look. I'm going to leave mine like that for now. And just go ahead and even out your drawstring. And there you have your little bag. you can go ahead and tie it up so it looks a little prettier, like this. And there you have your little drawstring bag. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, or just interact with the video in general. It does help me out a little bit. If you have any suggestions of things that you would like me to improve or things that you want to see, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to respond or get the video out to you guys. Again, I hope that you are doing well, and I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye!